Now, Earth Day will be marked on Sunday, and this year the annual event will be dedicated to cleaning up plastic pollution. It's an issue that's gripping countries around the world, and now there are growing efforts to do something about it. So just how bad is the problem? Our science editor David Shukman travelled to Indonesia to find out.
Soldiers hack away at a dense mass of plastic waste. It's hard to believe, but this is actually a river, and they're trying to clear it up. You can just see the water underneath all the bags, containers and bottles. This is Bandung, one of many Indonesian cities choking in so much waste that the army's being called in. For the military, plastic is a new and strange kind of enemy. This looks like a rubbish dump. It certainly smells like one. But what's striking is that this massive accumulation of plastic is happening on Indonesia's rivers, despite the country making a huge effort for several years now to tackle it. It just shows you the staggering scale of the problem. All the time that the soldiers are at work, the flow of the river brings yet more plastic waste. It's a constant struggle for the officials in charge. Do you think you're winning this battle against the plastic?
I think so, yeah. We have to win. If not, this is very dangerous for our life.
But how long will it take you?
I'm sure within 10 years.
Within 10 years you could clear everything up?
Yes.
While we're filming, the soldiers realise they don't have enough trucks to carry away the waste. So they use a digger just to push it downstream. It's not exactly a long-term solution. And the plastic floats away to become someone else's problem. Right beside the river, another nightmare sight. Incinerators openly burning plastic. A desolate scene as children stand in the path of the toxic fumes. This is illegal, but the authorities turn a blind eye because it does do something to reduce the mountain of waste. And campaigners say everyone must take responsibility.
We need to solve our problem. At the same time, we need to also convince people that we're doing something about this. We not just stay still, but we solving the problem also.
And part of that problem is that this landfill site is the only one Bandung has. The convoys of rubbish trucks collect just a fraction of the waste generated by several million people in the city. A new load is dumped. Flies swarm in the tropical heat. People rush to be first to search the rubbish. It's incredibly risky, dodging an excavator. Someone died here recently. But ironically, they're after the very things that most people want to get rid of. A plastic bottle. 500 people make a living on the dump, including Ai and her children. I ask her how. People are looking for plastic, she says. It can be sold. The other rubbish has no value. So toiling in the foul conditions does bring in some cash. Plastic, by the sackload, is sold to companies that use it to make new products. The challenge is getting everyone to see that there is value in plastic. Little by little, the message is spreading that recycling can create an income. In a village outside the city, this scheme is tiny, but it's one of many. And separating the different types of plastic earns a higher price. Experts say that a culture of just throwing things away is now changing.
I think particularly the young people here are very much aware of that they don't want to be part of this problem, and they want to have a future that is at least a plastic-free environment. So they're working hard for that.
But a view from the air reveals just how massive the challenge is. Plastic dumped close to the river soon finds its way into the water and then downstream. Near the coast, we came across this canal on the edge of the capital, Jakarta. Once again, you can hardly see the water. There's so much plastic. And down at the coast, a fishing village looks like it's drowning in plastic. The children here are growing up surrounded by the stuff. It's depressing evidence of how much still needs to be done to clear up. So what begins as a local problem of failing to handle waste turns into a global one as the oceans fill with plastic. David Shukman, BBC News, Indonesia.